Hi everyone. So recently I came across an old Twitter trend and I was thinking this is kind of amazing in my opinion, and you can see the title of this video. That's the trend I came across, and it was quite amazing because this was from 5 years ago. This was back in November of 2015, and the reason it's amazing is because, as you can see, the title is hashtag X Hindu because, and I will get into things about this hashtag X Hindu because on Twitter, but how it started and what I came across while looking for this title. Let's take a look at that, and let's talk about that at first, and then we can get into it. So this is this is what I came across while looking for the origin of that hashtag, and that is X hashtag X Muslim because. And this is an article I found by Ali Rizvi. And by the way, if you don't know who Ali Rizvi is, he is an ex-Muslim. As you can see, the Pakistani Canadian author of The Atheist Muslim. I haven't read his book, but I've heard it's amazing. He's also a podcaster on YouTube with Armin Navabi, and their channel is called Secular Jihadist, so go check that out. They're quite amazing. It's really good. But yeah, so let's go through this article. Now, the article says ex-Muslims because, and that's the title. However, what I want to say, let's just go through this quickly and we can get to Twitter to see the hashtag. Now, I've lost counts of how many times I've heard this question. The answer is both unsurprising and heartbreaking. In Muslim majority countries, they're often lashed and imprisoned for blogging, hacked to death in open daylight, or sentenced to death for writing poetry. Where in the West, they are often being disowned from their families, ostracized from their communities, and even murdered by their own families in honor killings. Now, as for those who choose to leave the religion altogether, the outcome is even more sinister. There are 13 countries, all Muslim majority, where atheism is punished by death. In Saudi Arabia, the birthplace of Islam, its prophet, and the location of its two holiest sites, Mecca and Medina, has declared that all atheists are terrorists. Remember, this is also the home country of not only Osama bin Laden but 15 of the 19 hijackers from 9/11. I mean, yeah, that's all fine, but we are not there to talk about this. But yeah, but this last Thursday, so this is from 2015, November 2015, that changed. Mariam Namazi, she's another ex-Muslim. Mariam Namazi's Council of Ex-Muslims of Britain started the hashtag ex-Muslim because campaign last week, encouraging dissidents from across the Muslim world to come out and say why they left Islam. The response was tremendous. By early Friday morning, which is basically the next day. So hashtag ex-Muslim because was the UK's top trending hashtag. We heard from secret LGBT Saudis, women who have been forced into marriages, closeted atheists in Egypt and Pakistan tweeting under pseudonyms, young women disowned by their families in the US, and more. Now, he has compiled some of the most popular tweets below, and let's get through this point. Well, he's saying that atheism is on the rise across the Muslim world, and that's good. While some of it may seem shocking, it is important and should be read by everyone who wants to understand narratives from the Muslim world, otherwise all too often silenced before reaching us. A few points to keep us. Being part of Muslim families and communities, ex-Muslims not only receive the same bigoted treatment as other Muslims, but are also persecuted, often severely, by Muslims who consider them heretics and apostates. Ex-Muslims often find themselves caught between the anti-Muslim bigotry of the far right that demonizes all Muslims. If you're from India, you know the Hindutva. This is basically Hindutva, also the Western far right. But the Hindutva, I think, in my opinion, is the most powerful far right in the world right now. And the apologism of the far left that conflates any legitimate criticism of Islam with bigotry or Islamophobia. Ella Ben Affleck's tantrum on Bill Maher's show last year, criticizing Islam, an idea, and demonizing Muslims. People are different things. Of course, have you seen Ben Affleck's oh my gosh, Ben Affleck was such an idiot in that clip with Sam Harris where he was he called Islamophobia as racist. Well, Islam is not a race, but yeah, this is basically what you get from the left. Even liberals who are yeah, don't criticize Islam because it's the religion of minority community, the Muslims minority in most countries. They forget that Islam is a far-right ideology, and the Muslims are majority in several countries all across the Islamic world where they're keeping hostages. For example, the Islamic Republic of Iran, which is very likely a Muslim minority country by now, which is being held hostage by an Islamic government. But anyway, many ex-Muslims feel betrayed by their liberal counterparts in the West. Agreed. The fight against Islamic Jihad should come from a position of moral strength, not just xenophobic bigotry. This is a fight that liberals. What the fuck? Why can't I speak? This is a fight that liberals should take on themselves before it's hijacked by the far right. And then he goes on to show us some traits like ex-Muslim because I was told I was a Muslim, but then I learned that religion is not a gene, and being born to believers doesn't make you one. Exactly. Ex-Muslim because I know being a woman doesn't make me lesser. I shouldn't have to worship behind men or be segregated from them. True. Ex-Muslim because no real God should need protection from bloggers and no real prophet should need protection from cartoons. Again, true. Ex-Muslim because Islamists attack on my house in Bangladesh, but fortunately I wasn't there and made fatwa deserving death for atheists. And there are several. This one is from Mariam Namazi, ex-Muslim because my being unveiled is not the cause of earthquakes or other calamities. This is basically a joke. It has come to a joke, but many Muslims actually believe this. But anyway, we are not here to talk about that. But this is basically the original thread, which is hashtag ex-Muslim because I saw firsthand what growing up under Sharia law is like in Saudi Arabia. Ex-Muslim because I simply used my brain. This is really good. And this continues like ex-Muslim LGBT are humans and not my enemies. Thank you. But this goes on. But here's the thing. This didn't stay to just ex-Muslims. And that's the title of this video. This also went to ex-Christians and ex-Hindus back in 2015. And that's the term ex-Hindus we don't get to hear often. So let me go to Twitter real quick. And here's Twitter. So, ex-Muslim because is a great movement. Let's follow it up with ex-Christian because, ex-Mormon because, ex-Hindu because, etc. and end the insanity. I love this. Mormons basically they are a sect of Christianity, but many people say they have become more of their own religion. But anyways, this is great. And I looked up ex-Hindu because on Twitter, and this is what I find. So next, this is a tweet from Ferdy G. He said the fact you create a hashtag called ex-Muslim because just shows obvious hate. You are literally picking one religion out of many to call out. Now this is a really stupid take for many reasons, because first of all, the people who are taking out Islam from of the many religions are ex-Muslims because they left Islam. That's why they took out Islam in specific, because Islam affected them for such a huge part of their lives. They need to speak about it. So it's a very stupid topic. It's not bigotry. You have a focus. Your focus is Islam. That's fine. My focus is usually Hinduism. And that's fine. People have focuses. I mean, they can. I think they sometimes should criticize the other side of bigotry as well. But they can have a focus. And ex-Muslims usually have a focus, which is Islam. Understandable. But Cult of A screenshotted that and tweeted, maybe we need to get ex-Christians because and ex-Hindu because trending to help out poor this guy, ex-Muslim because. So he's probably an ex-Muslim and he's an atheist, of course. But yeah, so ex-Hindu because, and people are calling that ex-Hindu because and ex-Christian because should also be a thing. And now we get to the part, this tweet, ex-Hindu because I don't think a person who beheaded his own son due to extreme anger is my master, and I support ex-Muslim because. Awesome. This is awesome. So he's like, yeah, the Shiva guy, he beheaded his own son. Yeah, I don't consider him a god. I'm an ex-Hindu. Great. That's such a stupid thing for a god. He's the god of destruction in Hinduism. But yeah. Ex-Muslim because, ex-Christian because, ex-Hindu because, ex-religion because religion divides people and inhibit human thinking abilities. Very true. It should be ex-religious because, but yeah, That's like two. Glad to see ex-Muslim because still trending. Would like to see ex-Christian because ex-Hindu because oh heck, it's religion because that's great. So people who supported ex-Muslim because they wanted to see ex-Christian because and ex-Hindu because as well, which is great. And there are ex-Hindus who actually went to Twitter and actually used the hashtag of ex-Hindu because and they made it a small campaign. I don't think it was like huge as ex-Muslim because the ex-Muslim campaigns are really huge around the world right now. I mean, not the size that they should be. They should be even bigger, but they're still huge compared to an ex-Hindu movement, for example. And ex-Muslim because time to unite against religion. Ex-Hindu because fuck that draconian shit. Exactly, that's very draconian. I haven't come across a more relatable tweet. So she's saying ex-Hindu because, but sadly the tweet is gone. So I don't know what she's talking about. He's tagging Richard Dawkins, waiting for ex-Hindu tag because ex-Hindu because I started thinking, good. If you start thinking, you quit religion. Now, there are several like ex-Hindus coming out and saying using the hashtag of ex-Hindu because, and there are also these occasional Hindu atheists who are like this guy. Funny that you can never be ex-Hindu because you cannot believe in anything and still be Hindu. Really a religion in strictest. I don't know really a religion in strictest sense. I don't know what this is. I think you should have said really not a religion. But this is bullshit. Hinduism is a religion. It's a very stupid religion, and there are several anti-atheist, anti-non-Hindu, anti-non-Aryan verses in Hindu scriptures. Hinduism is a draconian religion. It is a very, very bad religion. So I don't know about you, but yeah, you can be an ex-Hindu. I am an ex-Hindu, and I love to see this hashtag back in 2015, 5 years ago, and I just came across this and I was really happy. That's why I thought, hey, maybe I should take my time. I should take some time off and make a video about it. And then ex-Hindu because I can't let the ex-Muslim because tag be other liberal tweet. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what this is like. I have no idea. Ex-Christian because I grew up, ex-Hindu because I kept growing. This is good. So basically she is like she was Christian and then she became Hindu and then she said, yeah, I kept growing up. Hinduism is bullshit. Good. People are ex-Muslim because ex-Christian because ex-Mormon because ex-Hindu because they're all nonsense and you can be free from faith too. And oh, this is like some national, if it's Indian flag here, it's very likely a nationalist. What the fuck is this? Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know, are you like one of the Hindu nationalists? Because very likely you are. And then the next is ex-Hindu because it doesn't make a difference. I would remain a Hindu even after living inclusive. It is the concept of Hinduism. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. Hinduism is not inclusive, sweetheart. It's not. This is bullshit. Now I can make other videos talking about why it's not inclusive. I have a video about atheists and non-believers, infidels in Hindu scripture in the Vedas, so you can go check that out. It should be, I think I can put it like on a tag card or something in the corner. But yeah, why only ex-Muslim? Because need to ex-Hindu because ex-Christian, ex-Jew, ex-Buddhist, etc. for peace in the world. Richard Dawkins and Mariam Namazi. Anyways, that's good. That's the start. And ex-Hindu because too, I don't know. I mean, they are doing an ex-Hindu because, but yeah. Anyways, but ex-Hindu because beef. this is funny. I'm ex-Hindu because ex-Muslim because ex-Christian because fuck religion. Nice. Ex-Hindu because I was born to Hindu parents and then learned to think for myself and value social justice, reason, science, and democracy. Awesome. Ex-Hindu because a religion that allows everything stands for nothing except complete moral bankruptcy. Well, kinda true actually. I mean, yeah. I might have its disagreements, I think, but yeah, that's still good. Oh, this is a in this is a Hindutva pact. AP Tarzan Kong is tried to trend X Hindu because, well, I hope it trends again. So there are like several other tweets. X Hindu because they stacked some all pigs because their father was killed. And what? This is so fucking stupid. Oh my gosh. There's no such thing. They're only actions because um someone like really weird the Hindu atheists basically but anyway, the thing is like this trended ex-Hindu because the term ex-Hindu trended kind of trended at least once. No problem with it. The facts of course just needs to calm the F down ex-Hindu because again another bhakt. They don't know Hinduism provides sex concept. What? I've, I have no idea what this is either. Like this is a bug. This is very likely a bug. I can understand why ex-Muslims and atheists would be joining in the ex-Muslim because why other religions joining in? No offense, but if it was ex-Hindu or then it would be a mad thing. Shake my head. What? Like this is such an idiotic take. I don't even like there are so many takes I don't even know what to say about them. Yes, I'm an ex-Hindu, I support myself. Good. Ex-Hindu, this Hindus also, right? Ex-Hindu because do I support enough? I don't know. Ex-Hindu because an omnipotent, omniscient and omnipresent God is a farce. Good. Actually Hinduism does have one. You're justifying Hinduism here, but yeah, so basically ex-Hindu because I wanted to be a god. Oh my gosh, this guy. Wait, I think I should follow him actually. He followed me a long time ago. I noticed, but I forgot to follow him back. But I should follow him. Oh, this is Michael Sherlock of AI, ex-Muslim because I don't live in an Islamic state. So, well, he's trending too. But yeah, so basically, what I wanted to talk about, but this was like really going through a lot of stuff here, like tweets. But what I wanted to talk about is there are many people who use the hashtag ex-Hindu because now I know there are like those Hindu atheists and several Hindu bhakts who also use this hashtag to say how stupid it is. They are stupid. However, what I want to know that since there are so many ex-Hindus, like even if you separate them, even if you like the Hindu atheists and the Hindu bhakts, even if you get them out of this movement, there are still many people who genuinely used the hashtag of ex-Hindu because which suggests that there are several ex-Hindus. Now the problem is when I came to the internet, when I got access to the internet and stuff, and I got into the atheist movement, like atheist communities and everything, I barely saw people claiming to be ex-Hindus. People didn't really want to use the term ex-Hindu because it's like in India, in a society like India, like you have to have a religion. Like the mindset is that you need a religion. There's no other way. Like religion is the only way. You have to pick a religion, and usually the binary way is either Hindu or Muslim. They don't really have the majority of the people in countries like India. They don't really have the concept of no religion or irreligion. They don't really have the concept of that. So I think many people avoid using the term ex-Hindu. They don't want to say they are in no religion at all. But I think there should be a movement. I think there should be more ex-Hindus because I've been in atheist communities for almost 2 years now, and I haven't seen many vocal ex-Hindus, and that is a problem, I think, because I can see there are many ex-Hindus. Yeah, I mean, I said even if you like kick out the Hindu atheists and the Hindu prophets, there are still people who are ex-Hindus. But I don't see like communities like ex-Muslims, for example. They have built large communities. They are really vocal around the world. They are all around the world, and they speak up against their former religion. But why don't we have ex-Hindus doing the same? Because Hinduism is the third largest religion. There are only three religions which have over 1 billion followers: Christianity the first, Islam second, and Hinduism the third. So, and Hinduism affects such a huge population of the world. Like, it needs to be talked about more, and it is the largest religion in the world's so-called largest democracy. And with everything going on right now with the far right, the Hindutva and everything, I think more and more ex-Hindus should come up and should come out in public. I know they face backlash from the society, and even if not from the society, like the Indian society is not as bad as like societies in Islamic countries, like in the Muslim world, like Saudi Arabia or Iran. Let's say it's not as bad as that. It's not even as bad as Pakistan. Like, Pakistan is horrible to atheists who come out as atheists, who say, oh yeah, I don't believe in God. They're horrible. In India, if you say you don't believe in a God, it's not like you will face discrimination. You won't face death threats for just saying I don't believe in it. But I don't think you would face, like, maybe in some conservative parts or conservative families you might, but overall I don't think that happens. The most I think you can get is like people will consider you morally inferior. Now there are other problems, like India has blasphemy laws and stuff. However, people still don't use, like, let's say you are not safe in India, but there are Hindus in other places like Nepal and Fiji. Nepal doesn't have blasphemy laws. Let's say Nepal is also conservative. There's Fiji, Mauritius. Let's just say all these countries are conservative. There are ex-Hindus living in the Western countries, like in the US, in Canada, in UK, in Australia. There are certainly ex-Hindus living in those places, but I have barely seen ex-Hindus speaking up against their religion. They are there, but they are not speaking up. They're not talking about their experiences. They're not saying why they left Hinduism. They're not talking about Hinduism. And because of the ex-Muslim movement, we have so many YouTube channels, Facebook pages, Twitter pages about Islam, and we get to know so much about it, and people speak against it. They have some Muslims speak in favor of Islam, ex-Muslims speak against Islam. They have debates. We don't have the same level of discourse among Hindus and ex-Hindus, atheists in India. And I think Hinduism is a religion largely ignored in the world. Like, it's really concentrated in India. Of course there are Hindus all around the world, but the vast majority of it is in India. And most people, I think, maybe not most, but many people in the West just think of it as like an exotic religion with spirituality and yoga, but they don't understand that it's full of BS, and people need to fight against it in the same way they fight against Islam. Maybe not in the same way, because Islam by scale is the worst religion, like, period. There's no comparison, but still, I think more and more ex-Hindus need to come out and need to speak up, because like we saw here, just there are several ex-Hindus, not that many, not close to the level of ex-Muslims. Many of them don't even like to call themselves ex-Hindus. They just say, I'm an atheist, I don't want to use the X label. People don't understand because that the X label is because you are speaking out against that religion. You're speaking out, saying that, yeah, I was in this religion and I left it because I didn't agree with it. And maybe you don't even need to do it actively. Yeah, maybe if you're not an activist, which most people aren't, you don't need to do it. But I'm really like, I really think like there needs to be more and more ex-Hindu activists in the world, because like I said, it affects so many people. There are 1.2 billion Hindus, I think, in the world, and there are so many people affected by it. It needs to be talked about. So yeah, I think I spoke for a lot, but I want to end this video saying with my own ex-Hindu because, and mine will be #ex-Hindu because I don't believe in things that I have no evidence for. I believe in reason, I believe in science, I believe in logic. And Hinduism doesn't offer any of that. Vedic science is not science. Nothing in Hinduism is scientific. It's all just pure superstition, pseudoscience, and religious dogma. And if there's a dogmatic belief, is this an anti-science, pseudoscientific, superstitious belief, I will speak against it. And that's why I am an ex-Hindu. Thank you for watching. See you until next time.